So I'm glad you guys came down to talk about the film. I'm really excited about it. I am. I think we should call it Peace Queer, and I want to, I'm open to some suggestions about that. But me and Dave have been talking about this, and we both think that this is the right move for us as a partners and as a entertainment team. I know Dave has concerns, but personally, I just want to come off as handsome and considerate and humble, like Jesus. And also, I would like it if I could come off as somebody who's good with children. That would mean a lot to me. So, is anybody taking notes? I have notes. It's okay, I have notes.
Can you tell us why the album is so short?
Well, that was Dave's idea, really. So, because when you're talking about politics and religion, they say that you're not supposed to go on. Actually, you're not supposed to talk about them in a bar. But I think it's okay to talk about them, just be brief. And so I try to be brief and respectful of whoever's ear I'm in, I am maybe singing out against some people, but I'm not against them. Just, right, Dave? Isn't that what we decided?
I'm uncomfortable.
I want to see that. I don't even know what. Will Rogers said he never met a man he didn't like. Wait, let me back up and make sure I got that right. He might have liked every man he ever met, that's true. But he never said he liked every man that he knew. I met a woman with a Midas touch. I could never get her to touch very much. I met a man of opportunity. He never offered any of it up to me. I met a soldier in a recruit who said he'd make a man out of me and stole my youth. Working for a man who could not stop lying. Drove us all off a cliff and called it flying. That ain't flying. Most men flying seem to understand that a man hasn't technically flown until he lands. If you're coming into land and you crash and die, all you really did for sure was get too high. You ever get too high? No, neither have I, but I will if I have to prove to you guys I'm so turned around I can calm up a riot. Fighting for peace, that's like screaming for quiet. I don't know, but I've been told might meet a little fox in an atheist hole. I don't know, but I've been told. I don't know, but I've been told. I don't know, but I've been told. I don't know for sure, I've just been told. Appreciate y'all being so nice to me, and I'm having a great time. I'm just gonna do this one more song. I imagine that anybody that's paying clear attention could see that recently I was abducted by an International League of Peace Queers and forced to write protest material. But it wasn't necessarily something that I was dying to do. They just put me in this closet and they forced me to listen to Phil Oakes and Joan Baez. They did. everybody thinks I'm lying about this, but this happened to me. And I eventually, got sympathetic to their cause, and I made up this whole album for them, but I'm glad to have escaped from them now. They were very violent for peace queers. And they had two mottos. And one thing I thought was neat about them, though, they had their main motto. They used to have two mottos. The first motto was, "Thou shalt not kill." And their second motto was, "Thou shalt not steal." But then someone pointed out that they lifted their first motto from the Bible, so they dropped that, and now they just have the one motto. I told them that I thought they were folk Nazis, and they made me smoke bad marijuana and care about things. I served as a sailor, it was back in '81. I can't say that I'm sorry, I volunteered for everything that I've done. We trained and we waited, love, we would not be outdone. And then one day, 6 battleships came out of the rising sun. We all manned our stations, we passed the jug of wine. We waited with patience, we waited for a sign. First thunder, and then lightning, and a screaming in my ear. I still hear that screaming even after all these years. Keep hearing, keep hearing. Our deck was in tatters, that smoke was thick and black. For each shot they fired, we fired two right back. And then I felt on my shoulder, and then something knocked me down. The last thing I remember was that water all around. And then I woke up in Richmond with metal on my chest, and I know that I earned it because I know that I did my best. I heard we did lose the battle, but we had also won the war. So I headed back home and I awaited my reward. Cape Henry was a battlefield on fire. Climbing higher, we fired our cannon for at least 2 hours or more. Cape Henry, off of that old Virginia shore. Plow this man's field now, from morning until night. That war took my left arm, I'm just working with my right. I guess I fought for the freedom of some richer man up north. I still fight for something, this plow goes back and forth. Cape Henry, it was a battlefield on fire, on water, white water.
Don, you said in your intro to a number of shows that you guys...
I can tell right now that you don't believe me.
I just want to hear some of the details of this abduction.
It seems like you're trying to pick my story apart rather than hear it, but I'll tell it to you either way. I was abducted by an International League of Peace Queers, clearly. There was 2 of them. I was singing a song, and they kicked the door in. Nobody stood up to protect me. My friend Eric McConnell turned the other way. My friend Kevin Kinney turned the other way. I'm being dragged by this, what I would call roundish man with a bandana, like an American bandana. I caught a quick glimpse of him, and then boom, I had blindfolded with what I would call a 1960s scarf. I call it a scarf. 1960s scarf around my face. Now I'm being dragged for what seemed like a long time. I was being jeered as I was dragged. And then I was pulled up into what seemed like up some steps maybe, and I don't know where I was pulled into, but I was physically abused. I was forced to care about the world, or encouraged to care about the world. And this went on for what I would say was weeks. I didn't make this song up, I learned it. Some folks are born, made to wave a flag. Oh Lord, they're red, white, and blue. And when the band plays Hail to the Chief, well, they point that cannon right at you. It ain't me, it ain't me, I ain't no senator's son. It ain't me, it ain't me, I ain't no fortunate one. Some folks are born with a silver spoon in their hand, and Lord, don't they help themselves. But when the tax man comes to their door, Lord, their house looks like a rummage sale. It ain't me, it ain't me, I ain't no millionaire's son. It ain't me, it ain't me, I ain't no fortunate one. Some folks inherit star-spangled eyes. Oh Lord, they will send you down to war. And when you ask them, how much should we give? Lord, they always seem to answer more and more. It ain't me, it ain't me, I ain't no military son. It ain't me, it ain't me, I ain't no fortunate one.
Next message received. situation?
Hey, will you throw me that bandana? I'm tied around my head or something. No big whoop. I'm off the cuff like that. I'd really like to come off as off the cuff in the movie too.
Right.
Thank you. Sound all right so far? Is it okay if I do is it okay if I tell you guys a poem that I made up? Is this thing working? Is this thing on? In the hallway of a high school, anywhere USA, there was a bully that would pick on a different kid, and it seemed like every day, with this pack of backslapping buddies that would laugh and back him up all the way, and this screaming girlfriend that would make believe in everything he would say. Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Because then one day this kid that he beat up a couple times before realized to even his own surprise that he probably could indeed take more. And with that, he hatched the evil plan to make that devil pay. He walked up to him in the middle of the gym, and he found the nerve to say, he said, "You gonna hit somebody today? You're gonna hit me too. In fact, you're gonna hit me every day because now I'm picking on you. And as crazy as this might all sound right now, I'm not stopping till I get through. It's too late to beg me for mercy, man. Is this thing working? Is this thing on?" Because that bully, he just laughed and laughed, of course, and so did all of his friends. And he beat that poor kid unmercifully for days and days on end, only slightly less impressively each time to that pretty girl and all of his friends, who would eventually, secretly, start hoping that that little kid might win. This thing working? Is this thing on? Now, you may never hear him say this because he thinks people still don't know, but winning this battle every day cost our bully the war a long time ago. And of all the scars that he's got to show for every blow that little kid sneaks in, the worst one is probably knowing that tomorrow he's going to have to get up and fight that kid again.
Hello, my name's Todd Snider. I've been driving around the country for over 15 years. I make this shit up. I sing it for anybody that'll listen to it. Some of it's sad, some of it's funny, some of it's short, some of it'll seem like it goes on forever. Sometimes I'll ramble on for as many as 18 minutes in between the songs. Lately, my friends have been telling me that my newer songs have gotten more and more opinionated, so I wanted to let you know that while maybe I'll share my opinions with you over the course of the show, I'm not necessarily sharing them with you because I think they're smart or because you need to know them. I'm sharing them with you because they rhyme. I didn't come down here to change. I didn't come down here to change your mind about nothing. I came down here to ease my own mind about everything. I didn't come down here to change your mind about anything. I came down here to ease my... I didn't come down here to... I didn't come down here to change your mind about anything. I come down here to ease my own mind about everything. So, hello, I'm Todd Snider. I've been driving around 15 years making this shit up, singing for anybody to listen to it. Some is sad, some is short, some will go on for what seems like forever, and sometimes I'll ramble on for as many as 18 minutes in between the songs. And lately my friends have been telling me that some of my songs have gotten more and more opinionated, so I want to let you know before we get too far into this that while I might share some of my opinions with you over the course of it, I'm not sharing with you because they rhyme, I'm sharing with you because, I didn't come down here to change anybody's mind about it. I ease my own mind about it. Hello, my name's Todd Snider. I've been driving around 15 years. I make this shit up, singing for anybody that will listen to it. Some of it's sad, some of it's short, some of it's funny. Some of it seems like it goes on.
Next message received Sunday, 9:19 p.m.
Hey, this is Dave. I don't know which one of you guys had the genius idea of him getting the cape, but thanks a bunch here from the road. I'm trying to find a cape. If one of you guys want to call me back and let me know what piping is. Thanks, Brad. Was this your idea, dude? Thanks a bunch, man. Later.
The Peace Queer thing was an effort to to get this off my chest, and mostly so that it would be off my chest. Sometimes it seems like if something's bugging you and you say it's bugging you, you'll find there's somebody else that it's bugging and they are glad you said that, you know. So hopefully people will receive it in a way that makes them feel better about things. But I was trying to speak my political opinion with respect to other people's political opinions. And I don't even know if people will consider this that political. They'll hear it and go, God, so that's what you think of as being political? And I'd say, yeah, that's about as fucking into it as I want to get. I'm not somebody that really cares about the world. I'm not. I like to hang out and drink with people and tell stories and travel. And I like to get into big conversations with people, and it seems like for the last 5 years, everywhere you go, every time you try to get a good time going, everybody starts talking about this big war we're in. And I know it'd be great if the war ended because there'd be less violence, because that would be great, but it would also make for better bonfires behind my house too, and I have to admit that's my biggest motivation, you know. I mean, people have been getting killed in wars every day that I've been alive in my life. So I can't honestly say that I think war is wrong. I don't even know if I think fighting's wrong. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I didn't like it when I got beat up in my life. I didn't like how I felt when I won fights in my life. When I go to bars, I hate the fights. Frat parties, I won't go to them because those kids just all they want to do is punch each other. And so I might be, in fact, I might even be singing out more against punching people than I am against shooting people, but I'm against all of it pretty much as a general rule, especially against me.
Serious people, they sing in minor key. Serious people, they're gonna save the tree. Serious people think they're deep.
Is that a real song?
No, I guess it's fucking right. You get that on tape. Yes.
I guess it is now.
Serious people think they're deep. That just sounds heavy to me. Somebody's gonna get shot, you know, like. We met behind the bistro. We talked to New Orleans. We're going to rob the station.
Rock the station.
Somebody's eventually gonna. There were cigarettes when we broken out.
We
Somebody
talked to
will get
New
killed.
Orleans. Is that what you said?
We were
talked
going to
New
rob a
Orleans.
station.
We're going to rob the station.
We were going to get away clean. That was something. Usually,
Serious people.
if they break into some.
Conversation has been robbed.
And it's, I was thinking of a television station.
Okay.
Please. On your back, newsman.
Serious people.
Serious.
That means a couple different things.
Have I played you that song that goes, there's a song on the Peace Queer that says, how's it go?
That's what Bruce will Bruce can do that.
We named that goddamn kiss-ass Handelman, Vice President of Human Resources or something. He stood up and made a speech about how we would all have to work even harder now. I thought harder now, or harder at what? I would give anything to get up and walk out of here, but I'm stuck on the corner with sanity and madness. I'm looking them over. I can't see a difference. Making money out of paper, making paper out of trees. We're making so much money we can hardly breathe. You ought to hear the shit that I get from my daughter. She says that she can't stand the side of the car I bought her. Gonna ruin her life forever. She don't ride a rag top. Her and her mother spend my money pretty much non-stop. They're trying to break me for the sake of the neighborhood. They want everybody up and down the street to think we're doing good. We're stuck on the corner. Sanity and madness. We're looking over. Can't see a difference. We're making money out of paper, making paper out of trees, making so much money we can hardly breathe. I didn't even want to study economics. My parents made me cause they said it would be practical. I can't make my kid do a goddamn thing I tell him to. That kid's an unrepentant radical. He is as unimpressed by these plaques in my cubicle as I'm secretly impressed with his ability to look at everything so completely irresponsibly. I'm stuck on the corner with sanity and madness. I'm looking him over. I can't see a difference. Making money out of paper, making paper out of trees, making so much money we can hardly breathe. He said, I nearly had to kill the kid at the drive-through window.
Dragged a kid from a drive-through window.
He said, I told him what I wanted, and he said, will that be everything? And I said, well, what would you know, you little fucking punk? You're looking at a man that's about to buy his kid a rag top. How's it go? I jerked the kid out. I nearly jerked the kid out of a drive-through window. Asked him what, he said, wouldn't that be everything? What would you know about a man about to buy his kid a rag top? What are you driving, a bicycle, you little punk? I'm stuck on the corner. I can't remember. Sanity and madness. Oh yeah. Looking over. I can't believe I don't remember how that goes.
Here, hit this.
Then they jerked the kid out of a drive-through window.
Was it like later in the day or as I was driving home or something?
On my way from work or something.
On my way home from work.
He asked what I wanted. I told him what I wanted, and he said, will that be everything?
He said that will that be it? I said,
well,
hey,
would you? I nearly had to
pull a kid out of a drive-through window. He said that will that be it?
I told him what I wanted. He said, will that be everything? I said, what would you know? You're looking at a man about to buy his kid a rag top. What are you driving? A bicycle, you little.
We got that, but it's not. We don't have the line up. Drove home as mad as I ever been and then.
I drove home from work as mad as I had ever been and then. Drove home from work as mad as I had ever been and then. Drove home from work as mad as I had ever been. Fuck. You will not have to call that little backer Mr. Handelman. Drove home from work as mad as I had ever been and then. Never took a kid out of the drive-through window. He said, will that be everything? I said, hey, what would you know? You're looking at a man about to buy his kid a rag top.
Oh, I can't now. I gotta call that little pepper Mr. Handelman. That's the first one. That's the one. Now I gotta call that little pecker Mr. Handelman.
I drove home from work as mad as I had ever been in there.
I nearly jerked the kid out of the drive-through window.
Making money out of paper, making paper out of trees. We're making so much money we can hardly breathe. We're making so much money we can hardly breathe. We're making so much money we can hardly breathe. Bananas.
Next message received Sunday, 12:14 p.m.
Hey, you guys, I was having trouble with the phone before. Listen, scratch the cape, man. Just, no, you know what? It's back on. It's back on with the cape. First, all systems go on the cape. Fuck Dave, man. Dick.
A pedal falls from a dying road. Into the wind it blows through faith. While down below the ground there grows another rose that can hardly wait. Well, well, well. Well, 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 well. You know my uncle finally died of a heart attack. Bursting with pride, he was way overweight. There was hardly anybody at the funeral besides the ones who thought they might divide the estate. Well, 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 the preacher couldn't tell us everything that he did, but he said every kind of thing that he could. Mostly focusing on long ago when he was just a kid and his intentions had all been so good. A pedal falls from a dying road. Into the wind it blows through faith. While down below the ground there grows another rose that can hardly wait. My mother said when he was younger he was skinnier, kinder, funnier, humble as a white picket fence. As he got older, he got fatter, left his wife for something younger, started showing up here drunker, making less and less sense out. Pedal falls from a dying road. Into the wind it blows through faith. While down below the ground there grows another rose that can hardly wait. My Uncle Sam finally died of a heart attack. Bursting with pride, he was way overweight. So through the eye of a needle on a camel's back, the American dream hits the pearly gate. Well, 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 well. Do it again. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been looking forward to this all day. There's good and better men all over the world. Tonight you got Todd Snider. I play with my fingers. Hello, my name is Todd Snider, and I've been driving around this country for over 20 years, making this shit up and singing it for anybody that will listen to it. Some of it's sad, but some of it's funny. Some of the songs are short. Some seem like they go on forever. And sometimes I ramble on for as many as 18 minutes in between the songs. And lately, my friends have been telling me that my songs have gotten more and more opinionated. So I wanted to let you know before we finish this music that while over the course of this music I may share some of my opinions with you, I don't share them with you because I think they're smart or because I think you need to know them. I share them with you because they rhyme. I did not do this to change your mind about anything. I did this to ease my own mind about everything. I'd also would like to seem green. In the picture, we could seem green, enthusiastic, I think.
Yes.
I would like to seem enthusiastic. And daring, maybe. Daring? Raving? As in lunatic or just brave? Brave would be good. Yeah, raving lunatic isn't as good. Boom, 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 boom. That can be the end of the video. Da da da, da da da, da 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 da. When you're young at heart, all the world is a stage. When you're acting your age, when you're young at heart. Sha-da-da. Da 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 da. It's okay, I know that guy.